Hey guys, Airsofter here. Well, before you ask about this, understand it's actually a little bit chilly in the shop. Our AC unit failed, failed during the night apparently, and I had to wait a while for it to restart. The shop's a little chilly at the moment, so I'm doing my best to stay a little bit warm. Yesterday, I did a live stream on Facebook, and I had talked about the CM1 gas mask that was originally I thought was a Czech, but of course, redoing my research and actually watching a video from a guy called Weapons and Stuff, linked to his channel in the description down below. Let him know Airsoft Al sent you. It's actually a Polish MC1, which is actually a civilian gas mask. If you don't know what the MC1 is, it is this bad boy. Now, I'm going to talk about this for a bit. I'm going to talk about this and tell you guys whether or not my thoughts on the MC1. Now, understand that this is because I'm an Airsoft channel and I am doing the gas mask challenge, this is one of the gas masks I'll be rocking for that. Now, I'm going to talk about its pros and cons, as well as stuff that Weapons and Stuff actually talked about with his review of the MC1, but I'm not going to do any filter tests because I don't have any NATO filters or GOST filters or anything of that nature, any modern day filters that I have, but I just want to talk about this and my impressions of it, and tell you how I came across this little bad boy. Now, here's the thing. This is basically a Warsaw Pact Cold War gas mask right now. This is basically just a civilian use. The MC1 basically standing for civilian mask for the Poles. Now, information's a little bit all over the place because when I actually did a little research on this, Czechoslovakia basically had one that's known as the CM3, which, if you really want to make the joke, the Czechs saw this and they were like, hold my beer, or whatever drink they were doing at that time, and they said, we can improve this. We improved this. We improved this very much so. Much like the M10M gas mask, which was actually really comfortable on my face, which is actually really nice, really good, comfy on my face. It actually really is a good gas mask, but if you don't like cheek filter masks, then I understand. But this one is actually really nice, in my opinion, because it actually does have a very good, it hugs your face, but there is a problem with it because of the chin area. If you move it in any way, it'll compromise. Now, this one says, now I have three numbers right here. I have 87, 95. So either this could be meaning it's a production number 95, or it was the last year production was 95. I don't know. All I know is I have a 1987, which means this probably was produced in 1987, because that's the same thing on the filter, which does have asbestos in it. I had it tested. There is asbestos in the filter, sad to say. This has a 2 on it, which means it'll fit my head and a few others, but there's a number 3 on here, so Lord only knows what that is. And as for the filter itself, you do have this, which actually which is sort of a pseudo diaphragm, and has, as for the actual, this right here, I'm not sure if this is a metal, a plastic, or some sort of synthetic metal. I don't know. And yes, there is synthetic metal. I had to look, but all I know is that this is what it is. Now, I did kind of rock around. I did kind of run around with it, took some pictures with it, and it is very comfy to actually shoulder a weapon with this. You can actually shoulder a gun very easily with this. Now, depending on how big the filter is right here, it's going to come down to whether or not it's actually good or not. Now, before a lot of you say, oh, how do you make it protected? There's 2 ways of doing it, and this is one that I've done, which I tested. It actually works very well. And then the other one my friend over in Russia does with his gas mask that actually makes them airsoft safe to use. Let me go get it. Okay, so my way of making it safe, which is a cheap DIY type deal, take these protective goggles, cut out a little bit so they can actually fit over the eye holes of the actual gas mask. That is my cheap way of doing it. It's how I do since I'm, well, a little bit poor as shit. The second way of doing it, and this is one my friend over in Russia does. I can't pronounce his name for nothing, and I'm not going to try and pronounce his name for anything, because I know I'm going to insult someone if I try to pronounce the name, so I'm not. Nor can I spell it, so there's that. But there's the second way of doing it. The second way of making the gas mask lens here actually safe is either taking liquid clear plastic or clear Flex Seal. What he does is he will actually, and he says not to use the spray stuff because the spray stuff is not good. You want the actual like paint can type deal. What he does is he actually takes. First, you want to clean the lens, of course, before doing this. Obviously, he will actually take a brush or something like that, like those sponges or something, and actually do like 3 coats of it over the lens on the front. Basically, he says you want to make sure that there's no bubbles, no lines, everything. You want to make sure it's really nice and like even. Basically, he does 3 coats, but he says if you want to be extra cautious, you can put however many coats you want, or you can just dip the front of the lens. You can basically take a small thing and actually like pour it in there to where it actually reaches the lip here of the actual lens to where it fills up to that point, and let it actually harden into a type of like a rubbery seal. That's how he does it. But again, it all depends on whether or not it kind of depends on the person. If you want to be extremely liberal with the use of the Flex Seal or liquid plastic, it's completely up to you. Me personally, when I do finally get some Flex Seal, I'm going to fill it up. My own personal preference, mind you. I'm going to fill it up directly to the top brim here of the outer, of the crimp on the lens, so that way I have full on. Yeah, there's no way nothing's getting in this type protection, because much as I do trust my friend over in Russia, I want to be extra sure. And before a lot of you ask, why do you have a gas mask? Why are you collecting gas masks? I like collecting gas masks. Now, then I like spicing up airsoft by playing in a gas mask. I believe this is actually plastic or some sort of synthetic. I'm not sure. Anyway, so as for the filter, and this is something I'm going to tell you this now. As for the filter, don't use this filter. Don't use the filters that come with the Warsaw Pact or anything of that nature. Soviet states. These things do contain asbestos. There have been more than enough reports coming out saying that there is asbestos in the filters. If you want to use the mask for either playing airsoft or anything of that nature, you're going to want to get a 40mm Gauss threading. Now, you can get this through the modern Polish filters, or the FP5 or P5 filters, is what it is. And for those of you who are saying, well, now wait a minute, what's 40mm to 40mm NATO? What's Gauss? Again, go check out Weapons and Stuff's video on that. But the best thing I can say is that you see this right here. See the spacing on the threading. The actual NATO threading is much tighter than that. The best example I can give is sort of, I can't really think of a good example at the moment. For those of you who actually use screws and actually use Phillips or flathead screws, you guys can say so in the comment section down below, but either way, basically do that, but I will leave in links in the description down below to actual eBay, to eBay, where you can actually get FP5s or P5 filters to actually use with Warsaw Pact or GP5 filter gas mask. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, why would you play in a gas mask? The biggest thing is I just love spicing up airsoft. I love trying new things. I love actually doing things like this. That I'm just random. I really am. I just love doing it because it's fun. Now, here's the deal. Putting this on, and I am going to show you the way you got to put it on if you have long hair as I. So let me go ahead and take off my beanie and actually show you the way that I put on a gas mask and show you how to tighten it up, all that good jazz. Because I know a lot of you are probably new to gas mask, and a lot of you don't know how to do certain gas masks. With gas masks like this, what you want to do is, let me get my laptop back up. What you want to do is chin first. By the way, this is going to be extremely cold because it's rubber. It's actually not good rubber. I'd recommend you go with Czech CM3 because that's actually a hell of a lot better, but we'll get to that when I actually get a CM3 in the future. Either way. Alright, so you want to make sure that's nice and good on you. Tighten up the bottom first, then tighten up the middle first, then second. Okay. Now, if you don't know, right there, if you can see them, is what is known as an anti-fog system. Basically, when you breathe in air, it basically brings cold air through tubes onto the actual lens. Now, it's not exactly the best, and believe me, it's not. Even though I'm doing this, let me just do this. Okay, so there's not really much compromise there on my face, so this one's actually a good gas mask. But that's just how it is. In saying that, it's really up to you whether or not you want to wear this gas mask. But I'll tell you now, this does fog up a lot. It really does. But that's just how it is. Now, the actual feel of it, it actually is alright. It does hug my face a little bit, but there is slight uncomfort in the mask, mostly through this right here, and of course, right around here, more or less, on the nose. But then again, I have somewhat of a sensitive face, or not really sensitive face, just somewhat of a weird feel, but that's just how it is. Now, taking off the gas mask, you want to grab this, lift up, and that's how you take off the gas mask. Now again, that's if you have long hair and you don't shave your head. Weapons and Stuff did do a video on the correct hair length to have if you're going to be rocking gas mask. Again, tell him Airsoft Al sent you. I think he'd love the shout-outs and the support that I like giving him, because really, he's an awesome Brit. He really is. Now, the biggest issue about the CM1, or the MC1, my god, I don't know why I do C instead of M on a lot of things, but either way, is the straps. Fair warning, these are not the best straps, I guess you could say. They're elastic straps, yes, but they're like, what's the word I'm looking for? I'll find it either way. Okay, let me just go ahead, pull these. I mean, you can see the straps through and through. Just look at those. Those are not exactly the best straps in the world, but they get through. Basically, they're like a Ford almost. But yeah, that's just how it is. But let me go ahead and show you the inside of this bad boy. Just go ahead and fold this up a bit. Actually show you how it all is. Basically, there is your inside. Not a lot of stuff. Basically, just it's there. It works. That's how it is. Now, fair warning, this does fog up a lot. But then again, it's an old Warsaw pack filter gas masks. It's not meant to be like, it's not meant for military use. It's just meant to protect you, since this is just basically a civil protect gas mask. But that's how it is. But either way, I want to know in the comments section, do you think, what'd you think of the video? Would you like to see more videos like this? And do you think my information on this gas mask is willing enough for you to actually give it a try? Now, I would do some shooting tests of me actually shouldering the gun, everything like that, but I sadly cannot because I'm at work right now. But don't worry, in the future I will be doing some, I will be doing more tests with these gas masks, showing how good they are for airsoft, things like that, and certain things. But if you have questions in the comments if you have questions about gas mask, or you want to purchase a gas mask for airsoft, let me know in the comments section down below. And if you have ideas on how to make old gas masks like these that don't have ballistic rated lens actually ballistic rated, let me know in the comment section down below as well. And if you want to help out in helping out the channel and myself acquire more modern filters, other gas masks, things like that, let me know in the comment section down below, and or message me over our Discord and or Facebook. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I'm Airsoft Al, and next time we will talk about the GP5, the most common gas mask you'll find in military surplus, things like that, when I actually get my hands on it. Until next time.